I'm Sanket Singh, and in this video, we are going to continue building our application Foodistan. So we have completed the overall authentication step for the user, where the user can authenticate themselves. Now we are going to actually build up the core logic for the application, right? So before we actually start writing the logic, we need to set up few models that are going to actually store data into our database. So the first model that I can directly see we need to have is a restaurant model. So let's say it's a restaurant.js. Right, just a moment. I guess the spelling is wrong. Let's get the correct spelling quickly. Rename. Okay. So here we're going to build up the API for restaurant. Okay.
Papa,
Now we can get mongoose. So const mongoose is equals to new. Sorry, require mongoose. Then we are going to say const restaurant schema is equals to new mongoose dot schema. It will be having a name that will be of type string and required true. We can have an address of the restaurant. Address of the restaurant. Type string. Let's not make it required. You can have multiple parameters on restaurant, like when it was established, what is the rating, so on and so forth. But for simplicity, we are going to keep it up like this. We are going to prepare a model. So mongoose.model. And we are going to export this model. So module.exports restaurant. So this is restaurant. Okay. So our restaurant model is ready. Let's make a new file. Food.js. We are going to have a food model also. So const mongoose is equals to require mongoose. And then we can say const food schema is equals to new mongoose dot schema. We are going to have a name that will be again of type string and required true. Then let's say now what we can have is price. We can have a price that should be type number, right? And required true. Okay. Now, one restaurant can have multiple food. This is something that we can directly see here, right? One restaurant can have multiple foods. Now, how can you associate? Now, either you can say that for every food you can have, I would say, a reference ID that is going to add them to the restaurant. But multiple restaurants can have same food, right? This is something very important. So, instead of this, what we can say is, we can have something like an array inside a restaurant. That array is going to add actually all the possible foods, right? This is something that we can do. So let's just do it. So let's say we can have something like Spider-Man. Inside restaurant, we can have an array of food. Okay. This array will be having multiple objects of type mongoose dot schema dot types dot object ID, and the reference will be food. So we can have multiple foods inside a restaurant, and the user will be able to add few foods, right? So this is something that we can have. And then let's build one more, I would say. Okay, first of all, let's just complete this. So const food model is equals to new mongoose dot model food, and food schema we can pass, and then we say module dot exports food model. Let's have one more, I would say, model, that is order. That is going to be the final order. Order.js. So const mongoose is equals to require mongoose. Const order schema is equals to new mongoose dot schema. Every order is going to be associated to a user. So I'll say type mongoose dot schema dot types dot object ID. Reference is going to be user, and then this is going to be required. Okay. Apart from that, there will be an array of food inside your order also. So food is going to be an array. This is going to be of type mongoose dot schema dot types dot object ID, and the reference is going to be food. I guess it's capital. Okay, let's make it capital. So this is food. Okay, and then let's say we have a food, we have the user with us, then we can have a status. The status can be type string, right, and required true. Okay, so we can have multiple status like order placed, in process, and I would say cancelled. Multiple status can be there for the order, right? And let's say we can do one thing. We can just make a model. So order model is equals to new mongoose dot model. Okay, and this will be order schema, and we'll say module dot exports. Okay, so inside our order for a particular user, we are going to add more foods, we can remove food, we can do something like this. Okay, so this was the setup for our models for our application Foodistan. In the upcoming videos, we are going to set up the services which are going to set up few I would say CRUD operations, and we are going to set up controllers that are actually going to be acting as the I would say first setting point for our APIs that we are going to set up in the routes. That being said, let's just wrap it up here. We are going to meet soon in the next video. Till then, take care guys. Bye bye and thank you.